For 6 unrivaled decades now, Walt Disney Pictures has dwarfed other Hollywood animation makers with its uncanny knack for transforming classic stories into classic family entertainment. 26 full-length features to date, with a 27th on the way. It's called Oliver and Company, a new twist on an old twist, Oliver Twist. It's Dickens' timeless story, updated the amazingly musical Disney way, with this outcast kitten starring in the lead as an appealing little orphan who falls in with a tough but lovable gang of street-smart dogs.
Hey, man, check it out, huh? Hey, it's an alien! Cool it, guys. It's just a cat.
Although Oliver and Company is inspired by a classic English novel, some modern-day Disney touches have made it all new and all-American. It takes place in 1988 New York City, a contemporary place filled with contemporary characters, created around the voices of some very contemporary stars, like actress-entertainer Bette Midler, cast as a pampered pedigree poodle named Georgette, and comedian Cheech Marin, adding his unmistakable Hispanic spice to a hot-blooded Chihuahua named Tito. Singer-composer Billy Joel making his acting debut as the fast-thinking, smooth-talking Dodger, a hard guy terrier with a secret soft spot in his heart for the cuddly new kid in the mob.
Hey, keep it down, guys. The game's on.
Oh, boy, Dodger. That dog has to get help from my cat.
Billy Joel was suggested real early on by the music director. And at the time, it was like, Billy Joel, hey, he can sing great, but can he act? And he was in New York, and I was here. So we thought, well, the most expedient thing to do, the quickest way to just get like an immediate sort of sense of is he right or not before we go to New York, was to just do it over the phone. So we sent him dialogue. And I played the part of Oliver, and he was Dodger. It worked out great. He could really act. I mean, he was really into the part.
Why should I worry? Why should I care?
Of course, Billy Joel doesn't just act in Oliver and Company, he sings too. So does Bette Midler and Ruth Pointer, and Huey Lewis too, each performing one of 6 original songs, fine-tuned to the ears of today's highly hip moviegoers, both kids and adults alike. One thing that's not new about Oliver and Company is Disney's traditional use of full and expensive hand animation techniques. Frame by frame for 2.5 years, 300 artists and technicians worked with more than 1 million story sketches and some 120,000 individual animation cells to produce the final movie. But even here, Disney added an amazing bit of modern electronic magic. Computer-generated background images to put hand-animated characters into a world that isn't quite like any other seen on screen before.
We're only seeing the tip of the iceberg as to what the computer can give to us.
How complex does Disney computer imagery really get in Oliver and Company? Hop aboard this motorized trike and see for yourself. It's made up of 18 parts, each moving in 15 different directions at any given time. It's a case of computers doing the detail work, while Disney artists spend more human creative time on story and characters. Another example, this big production number, Georgette the dog putting on the dog with a Bette Midler song called Perfect Isn't Easy.
We wanted to really push the MGM musical kind of a look to it. In one part here, she comes down at the end, this long stairway, and as she's walking down, we have this thing that spirals around. I mean, it's a big stairway that goes down. We put it on the computer, and we had the camera sit like right at her feet, and as she's walking towards you, the camera stays in front of her and just keeps following her back as she walks all the way around. Then the camera goes way up high into the ceiling. It was really exciting to do that kind of a scene with the computer, because the background is actually moving in perspective. It's something we could have never done 20 years ago.
As remarkable as they are, don't look for computers to replace human animators at Disney, because here electronic trickery is just one of many artistic tools kept strictly in the hands of living, breathing, imagining people.
I think one of the great fun things we've been watching in recent years is turning artists loose on computers and watching what comes out of it, because artists will ask questions that normal people don't ask. Could I do this with this machine, you know? And they really begin to get excited about it.
Full animation, handcrafted the same way Walt Disney himself perfected it. Combine it with the latest computer image technology, plus a script full of contemporary words, music, and celebrity voices that tell a time-tested story in a very today kind of way. And you've got the Disney secret for family filmmaking success. It's worked for some 60 years now, and it looks like it's going to keep right on working for a lot of years and a lot of new movies like Oliver and Company still to come.
Absolutely, positively.
Now, back to our program.
From the very beginning, Walt Disney Studios set out to charm families everywhere with a special blend of holiday entertainment.
In a historical perspective, there are really two kinds of movies that Walt Disney himself made. There were classic fairy tales, Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella are great examples of it. And then there was classic literature that was adapted to a contemporary setting, of which 101 Dalmatians and Lady and the Tramp, I think, are great examples. Oliver and Company continues that tradition. Dickens, a classic piece of literature set in a contemporary time. With the talents of Bette Midler, Huey Lewis, Cheech Marin, Ruth Pointer, and Billy Joel as the Artful Dodger, we have magic.
What I tell you guys, Dodger can really pick 'em.
Why should I worry? Tell me, why should I care? Say I may not have a dime, oh, but I got 3 down my there. Why should I worry? Why should I care? It's just too much relation. I got 3 down my there.
In Oliver, Billy Joel's voice was recorded long before any of the drawings were made of Dodger. But that voice then is laid out for the artist in terms of how many frames each syllable takes for him to say. And he then puts his own acting ability somehow out through his hand and that pencil onto that piece of paper. And those drawings become a character that really do come to life.
Check it out, Tito.
Hey, man, if this is torture, chain me to the wall.
It's my dream come true. I'm finally validated. I can be in something that my kid can watch every day.
Ooh, I think she likes me, man.
It's a really strange metamorphosis that all of a sudden the image will conform to the voice. The character starts looking a little bit like you would if you were a Chihuahua.
That doesn't, man. You insulted my pride, man. This means death.
Let me tell you, Rita, it was tough.
Rita is cute and spunky and sassy. I think they picked the right person to sing Rita's song. I mean, you know, Rita could do a Neutron dance if you wanted to.
Now listen up, you got a lot to learn, and if you don't learn, you don't eat. But if you're tough and always use your head, you'll be right at home on the street.
Well, it takes about 4 years to make an animated film, so that's for starters. The first 2 years, more or less, are going to be spent with the story, refining it, creating characters to play it out.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ignacio Alonso Julio Federico de Tito.
Get away from me, you little bug-eyed creep.
My name is Francis. Francis. Not Frank. Not Frankie. Francis.
First of all, you need great artists, clearly, and a great story. So given that you've got a great artist and a great story, now comes the complicated part, which is the actual frame-by-frame drawing of every single frame of the movie.
The most difficult thing about animation is not the technical ability of making it move, but it's working together as a team. Now, Oliver and Company is a film that we made. It was about 300 artists that were working on it together. And that's the difficult thing with animation. It has to look like it's been done by one person. We had to learn how an animal moves. We had to study anatomy. We got dogs in here. I think we got a great effect on the screen of believability and movement of the animals and their personalities.
Could I see you for a moment, privately?
Frankie, get down, right?
All right, kid.
We always look to be able to do something in animation that you really can't do in live action. The animators really want to achieve a reality that could never be achieved in any other kind of presentation.
Tito, you dance divinely. Walt Disney was a pioneer. And every movie he made was, in some sense, trying to push the boundaries of animation one step further. I think Oliver is in that same style. It is trying to find new ways of telling a story.
Picture the city, 8th and Broadway, the crowds hustling,
The traffic roaring, the hot dogs are sizzling.
I love a story with food in it.
There is no better way in the world to tell a great story than through great characters. And great characters come to life with great actors. Bette Midler is simply the most versatile talent in the whole wide world. And she's a great singer, she's a great actress, and she's now even a great poodle.
Unrivaled, unruffled, I'm beauty unleashed, yeah. Jaws drop, hearts stop, so classic and classy, we're not talking lassie.
I think Oliver and Company, the music is especially strong, and we have some of the most gifted artists who've lent their talents to it.
Now it's always once upon a time in New York City. It's a big old battle, tough old town, it's true. But beginnings are contagious there. They're always setting stages there. They're always turning pages there for you. So Oliver, don't be shy. Get out there and go and try. Believing that you're the guy they're dying to see.
With Oliver, it's an amusement park ride. It just races through, and it's a lot of fun. The characters are real and fresh, and by the end of it, you feel exhilarated, and you want to kind of go on it again.
It's our intent and our commitment to do a new film every year from this point on. This is roughly equal to the output of the studio in the late 30s. We've never done that much since then, and we are now committed to doing that again.
These movies are really, for us, the ambassadors of goodwill. This film will go out to every county and every city and every town, not just through America, but through the world. Well, these movies are the heart and soul of our company.
Absolutely, positively.
With the release of Oliver and Company, the Walt Disney Studios have renewed their commitment to continue classic Disney animation and great family entertainment.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah, yeah.
The magical...
That's the Grand Floridian Hotel, the brand new one, and I got to stay there this time. Joan,
it is a beautiful,
beautiful
new hotel here.
It was so nice I didn't even steal any towels.
And that's the shot, of course, from the MetLife blimp, and there's the Magic Kingdom. And can you see us right behind a tree right there?
There we are, flanking Mickey.
You're welcome back, everyone.
Yes, Merry Christmas. We hope you're having a wonderful morning. Coming up, a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Disney's latest animated feature, Oliver and Company.
That's right. Oliver is a new twist on an old tale, Oliver twist. Oliver is the orphan kitten who is taken in by a pack of pickpocket dogs, headed by Dodger, the coolest dog in town.
Now, the music is just terrific, with voices like Billy Joel as Dodger. They have Huey Lewis, Bette Midler, Cheech Marin. How could you miss? Of course, it's a wonderful soundtrack. Here's a backstage look at how Disney creates all that animated magic.
Now it's always once upon a time in New York City.
Well, Oliver, of course, was derived in a very general sense from Dickens' story of Oliver Twist, which down at its heart is a story about looking for love and looking for a family and finding it. And I think that kind of a universal, basic storyline is what's kept it around for a long, long time.
What's different about it is it's given a contemporary setting in a large metropolis. So the challenge is making that look fun, make it look like it'd be a nice, fun place to run around and be a dog and jump on trash cans, jump on cars, jump around and have some fun in the town. And I think we succeeded in doing that.
To me, the difference between Disney animation and any other kind of animation you would see done elsewhere is character. It's that the characters are believable, they're real, they're genuine.
Now, how'd you find this place, Cat? I followed this dog. He's lying. Shut up, Tito.
Start with a drawing of a character in the story. You have a character, say it's a Chihuahua. So you do drawings of a Chihuahua. Then you look at those drawings and you talk about his personality, what traits he has. Traits like your cousin Jimmy or something that you go, yeah, that guy behaves just like a little brat that I know down the street or something like that.
And then another aspect that comes into play really strongly, not only in design but in the development of the character as a whole, is the voice of that character.
Yeah, well, they had an idea of they wanted a Chihuahua, And so they had the kind of preliminary sketches, and then when I came in and started doing the voice, and then they go, oh, so they start fine-tuning it so that it's a really strange metamorphosis that the character starts looking a little bit like you would if you were a Chihuahua.
Billy Joel was suggested real early on by a music director. And at the time I was like, Billy Joel? Yeah, he can sing great, but can he act? And then it worked out great. He could really act. I mean, he was really into the part.
Hey, keep it down, guys. The game's on.
Oh, boy, Dodger.
Bette Midler, you know, loved the idea of doing it. And Richard Mulligan and Roscoe Lee Brown. And, you know, Cheech Marin was... We can't keep him out of the animation building now. He is that character. He's like, get out of here, Tito. You know, he wants to do every movie now.
Hey, man, check it out, huh?
I think one of the great fun things we've been watching in recent years is turning artists loose on computers and watching what comes out of it.
The computer in Oliver gave us all of the cars that you see going by on the street. It gave you the subway tunnels and the subway trains. It actually manufactured Fagin's trike, and the trike actually became sort of a little character of its own because it had a lot of kind of fun movement to it.
But it gives a whole new dimension to animation. You have a whole new feeling of texture, moving around something as you do in real life, rather than just a flat painted background.
It's something we could have never done 20 years ago.
I mean, we'll have shots in the future, thanks to computers, that'll just give you something you've never seen such depth before in your life, and without 3D glasses on. It's really exciting. It's fun. It's a brand new toy, and we're glad we've got them to play with.
Well, animation, of course, is the heart and soul of this company. And to now be back here and look at us with this commitment to making a new animated film every year, which we're very much on track to do, that's an enormously rewarding feeling.
It's just fantastic. It's fun. There are so many pictures in development. We all have a lot of ideas, and today at Disney, there's a chance to use those ideas. You know, it's just a great time to be here.
Absolutely, positively.
And there they are now in Poison, making their way up Main Street.
That's Dodger, the leader of that band of pickpocket dogs. Really an old softy at heart.
And you see all the other characters up there. I see the little purple one. That's Georgette, pampered poodle.
Little Jenny with her, who escaped the kidnappers with everybody's help.
And they're over on the other side. I think we can see Tito, a hot-blooded Chihuahua. And Oliver, of course, is that little orphaned kitten.
Francis, the bulldog.
The very highbrow bulldog.
Like the bouncer.
Georgette up there
again.
dancing away.
You said pampered, she got too close up.
Oh, absolutely. She has so much culture, you know.